Hi guys, welcome back to the beginner series list of recommendations for beginners who are starting the reading journey. I am the greedy reader and I hope that you enjoy the recommendations that I'm giving you and you enjoy what I tell you about books. I really hope you do. So today I have got a different set of books for beginners. The first episode in the beginner series was across genres. The recommendations were across genres. The second one was books by Indian authors for beginners. The third one was thrillers for beginners. And today I have got short story collections for beginners. But before I venture into the recommendations, let me just quickly run through the points that a reader has to keep in mind before you start your reading journey. One is that you must read when your mind is fresh. Never read before sleeping. Second, read whatever you're interested in. Don't go by list, don't go by even my list. If you're not interested, don't go by that list, but find out what you're interested in and read something in that topic. It can be children's books or anything that you're interested in, comics, anything. Third is that you should read every single day at least for 15 minutes. Consistency is very important. And fourth, don't stop in the middle to check words, the meanings of words. Usually you'll understand by the context of the word, and maybe after a chapter you can stop and then check the meanings of any word that you're not very sure about. So now that I've got that out of the way, let's move on to the recommendations. So, short stories are a genre which is ideal, I feel, for beginners, because after each story, you get a sense of closure. You feel that, okay, I have done so much today, I have read so much today, and you can even chart out your reading journey, because you can say that, okay, I finished one story in 2 days, or 1 day, or 3 days, according to your reading speed. So it becomes easier for you. And short stories are so beautiful to read. I have brought some of my favorite authors for you today. The first suggestion for today is the collected short stories by Jeffrey Archer. Now, Jeffrey Archer is an author who I really enjoy reading because of the plots that he comes up with and because of his wit. It's hilarious, the way he writes and the dialogues he comes up with and the characters that he has, because they have a strange energy about them and they love life and the kind of things that they end up doing. So the collected short stories of Jeffrey Archer is 36 stories, and each one has got a twist. Now that is again vintage Archer, because the twist that he comes up with is so brilliant and so amazing that you'll want to read the next story immediately to find out the twist in that story. So the collected short stories of Jeffrey Archer is something that you can start reading, and the first story is something that I can never forget. I keep talking about this whenever I meet people. I think I even bore people with the story because I make it a point to tell them the entire story. Even recently, I told a couple of friends the entire story, and I really don't know whether they enjoyed my retelling of it, but you will enjoy the way Archer has written it. It's about this lady who is leaving her office and going to a friend's place in the outskirts in the evening, and as she gets into her car, she hears this message, this over the radio, that a convict has escaped from prison and he's on the loose, and he's somebody who has attacked women before. And as she moves on, she finds that a truck is following her and it just will not move ahead, neither will it leave. She is petrified. Oh, it is such an amazing story. Please go and read it. Jeffrey Archer's collections are always very interesting. See, it is only natural that you will not like all the 36 stories, but you will enjoy reading it. You will enjoy reading most of it. So the collected short stories of Jeffrey Archer is a book that a beginner, I think, will definitely enjoy. So now let's move on to the next collection. And this collection is by an author whom I really like, and it is none other than Ruskin Bond. I have already suggested one short story collection of his, but this I feel is slightly more ideal for a beginner. It's only 38 pages. It's called 10 Must Read Animal Stories by Ruskin Bond. And each story naturally is about an animal. It features an animal in it. And I'll just read a bit of what Ruskin Bond has written in the introduction. He says, "But my animals are real animals, and they behave as animals usually do. It's really the humans who do strange things. Animals are predictable. Humans, never." So this is a part of the introduction to these short stories, and the first story is about Henry, a chameleon. So adorable. And each story has got, like I said, a different animal featuring in it. There are owls, there is a tiger. Ruskin Bond, as a child, goes with somebody who wants to see a tiger in a reserve, and how he himself has a beautiful sighting of this magnificent animal. How beautifully it is written, you know. I think it's for children, this collection, but I really enjoyed reading it. And for a beginner, it's only 38 pages. And each story is not very long. So I think you will really enjoy reading it. And there is even a cassowary, it's a bird. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly, but there's a cassowary in the end. Then there is an ostrich. It's so many different kinds of animals, okay? So 10 must-read animal stories by Ruskin Bond is something you will enjoy, definitely enjoy. And now we move on to another Indian author, R.K. Narayan, Marguerite Days. There will be very few people who has not heard about Malgudi. Malgudi is a fictional town created by Narayan, and most of his stories are set in Malgudi. It's a fictional town in South India. You might have heard of or seen the TV series Swami and Friends, about this little boy called Swami who stays in Malgudi, and all the trials and tribulations in his life. And it was beautifully taken by Shankar Nag for, I think, Doordarshan, if I'm not mistaken. And each story is so innocent, and there is beautiful threads of warmth and love and every emotion running through it. And R.K. Narayan writes about very ordinary people. Even in Malgudi Days, each story is about a different person in Malgudi and what happens in their life and their dreams and their desires, and which we can identify with. So since the setting is familiar to most of us, there are a lot of references which you will understand easily. So for a beginner, I think that's very important that you understand the context in which the stories are set. I mean, it makes it easier for you. So Malgudi Days by R.K. Narayan is my third recommendation of the day. Now we come to my last recommendation of the day. Yeah, this time I've got only four recommendations. You know, it's very limiting when you think that you have to have 5 books. So this time I thought, okay, let me see the books, the collections that I like and I think a beginner will enjoy. I'll just stop with that. And this time it is 4. So the fourth recommendation of the day is contemporary Indian short stories, and this was compiled by Sahitya Academy in 1959. So I don't know how contemporary it is today, but it is a beautiful set of short stories taken from all across India by authors from different regional languages. It has all been translated and put together by the Sahitya Academy. You have writers like Ismat Chugtai, Kalindi Charan Panigrahi, Pungundam Varki, Prem Chand, and so many more. There are 15 stories set in different parts of the country. These are very beautiful and easy to read. And the translations might not have stood the test of time, but these stories are definitely written beautifully. So Contemporary Indian Short Stories is a collection which has been brought out by the Sahitya Academy, and now they have brought out, I think, volume 2. This is volume 1. So this is a collection that a beginner will enjoy reading. And there are easy references have been given, meanings have been given of certain words which we might not know. So it is helpful for a beginner. So these are the 4 collections of short stories that I feel that you will enjoy. Beginners, I feel you will enjoy. Even those who are not beginners, check it out and you'll enjoy. Ruskin Bond's Animal Stories, oh my God, I think that tops this list for me. It is hands down one of the best collections of stories that I've read. So there's Ruskin Bond, then I have given you Jeffrey Archer and his collected short stories. Then there is R.K. Narayan with his Malgudi Days. R.K. Narayan has come out with many different collections, okay. In fact, there are so many more authors. There's Guy de Maupassant, there's O. Henry, then there is Saki, Roald Dahl. So many authors who have written wonderful stories. But I feel that if you have specific names of books recommended for you, then it will be easier to get into it. And once you get into it, then it will be easier for you to find out more about these writers who have written short stories. Now, this is a genre that a lot of people do not check out. I don't know why. I really don't know why more people don't read short stories. But beginners, please check this out. Short stories are a pleasure to read, and these four recommendations that I've given, you will enjoy. I'm sure about it. So once you find out, once you realize that you like short stories, then you can even check out modern writers. Like there is Robert Olin Butler, then there is Tobias Wolff, then there is Jennifer Egan. So many different writers. Okay. Then there's our classic Chekhov. Chekhov is considered to be a master of short stories. So many lovely stories that he's written. So once you have got used to this, and once you realize that you like reading short stories, go and check out all the rest, and go to Goodreads. Goodreads is a very good resource for you to find out about particular books, because you get the reviews of people who have actually read it. Goodreads is a wonderful resource. Please make use of it. So today's recommendations have been short stories. I think it has been a very short video also for short stories. I'm very excited about this beginner series that I'm doing, because I feel that more and more people should start reading, and more people should be pulled into the magical world of books. So I hope that after watching this video, at least a couple of you start reading, and I hope that you enjoyed the recommendations that I've given you before, and I hope that you enjoyed the ramblings that I do when I come here and stand and talk to you about books. I just lose track of time, and I just sometimes lose track of what I'm doing, so I have to keep editing sometimes because I just ramble. I just go on about some other thing that has no connection to the video that I'm doing for the day. So if you have any recommendations for me, please do tell me, because I love getting recommendations. And if you have any feedback on these videos, or if you have any suggestions on any other kind of videos that you want me to do about books, please write to me, and please comment below on any book that you like, or please comment below on the book that started you on your reading journey. I'd love to know about it. For me, it was Amar Chitra Katha. As a child, I remember just sitting and going through so many Amar Chitra Kathas, and I was a member of a library. That helps if you can get your children to the public libraries. Public libraries are amazing, and they've got wonderful collections. There are a lot of good private libraries too, but I somehow feel that the magic of a public library is something that cannot be replicated anywhere else. The kind of eclectic collections that they have new books, and they have old books, they have books that you might not even have heard of, but which are wonderful. So come into the world of reading. Please come into the world of reading. It's a beautiful world. You'll never want to leave. I don't want to leave. I never want to stop reading. So that was the recommendation for today, and till we meet again in the next video, stay happy guys, stay safe, stay kind. Bye bye.